Right now, your liver is working harder than you think. Every day, it has to process hundreds of toxins from processed foods, medications, sugar, cooking oils, alcohol, and even invisible chemicals in the air. But after age 60, your liver's natural detox ability can drop by nearly 40%. What does that mean? It means that almost half of the waste and toxins your liver should be removing may stay in your body longer. And then you start noticing a heavier feeling after meals. Your clothes feel tighter around your waist. You wake up in the morning feeling foggy and low on energy, even after a full night of sleep. A lot of people think that is just a normal part of getting older. But it is not. In many cases, it is a sign that your liver is overloaded, more fat is building up around it, and your body is slowing down because it is no longer detoxing as efficiently as it used to. The scary part is that most liver detox pills out there only cost you more money. They make big promises, but they do not give your liver what it actually needs to work better. Meanwhile, there is one very cheap and familiar spice, probably sitting in your kitchen right now, that may help your liver burn fat, reduce inflammation, and improve detoxing far more than most people realize. But here is what really matters. Not every spice that claims to support the liver works the same way. Some only make your stomach feel warmer. Some may irritate your digestive system or interact with medications. And one of them, when used the right way, can make a noticeable difference in just a few weeks. Today, I am going to show you which ones are actually worth using, which ones are overhyped, and which #1 formula many people over 60 have been missing for years. Your liver is the only organ in your body that can filter toxins, burn fat, and help you digest food all at the same time. But after age 60, your liver does not work as fast as it used to. Detox enzymes begin to slow down, bile flow becomes weaker, and fat builds up around the liver more easily, especially if you eat a lot of sugar, fried foods, or have taken medications regularly for years. That is why so many older adults start noticing symptoms that do not seem related to the liver at all. You eat less than before, but your stomach still looks bigger. You sleep enough, but still wake up tired. You feel bloated after meals. You notice more brain fog, more forgetfulness, and more trouble focusing. And here is what most people do not realize. A weak liver does not always cause pain. Most of the time, your liver sends quiet signals instead. A lower belly that keeps getting bigger. A heavy feeling after meals. A body that always seems low on energy. A lot of people think they are just getting older. But sometimes the thing getting older is not you. It is your liver's ability to clean itself. When your liver cannot process fat and toxins properly, your body holds onto more water, stores more fat, and you start feeling heavier week after week. The good news is that this is not always permanent. Your liver has an incredible ability to recover when you give it the right support. That is why so many people try everything and still do not see their liver getting any better. They buy expensive detox pills, drink lemon water every morning, fast, juice, or use all kinds of cleansing teas they see online. But a few weeks later, their stomach still feels bloated, their body still feels tired, and their waist keeps getting bigger. The problem is that your liver does not need more promises. Your liver needs the right compounds to reactivate fat-burning and detox pathways. For example, a lot of people take turmeric every day and still do not notice any difference. Why? Because curcumin, the main active compound in turmeric, is very hard for your body to absorb. If you just mix turmeric with hot water and drink it, most of the curcumin gets flushed out before it ever reaches your liver. That is why so many people say, "I took turmeric for a month and nothing changed." But when turmeric is combined with black pepper, curcumin absorption can increase dramatically. And when you add a healthy fat like coconut oil or olive oil, curcumin becomes even easier for your body to absorb and deliver to the liver. That is also the mistake most liver detox pills make. They may contain the right ingredients, but they are missing the things your body actually needs to absorb them. And if your body cannot absorb it, then no matter how expensive the pill is, your liver still will not get the support it needs. Not every spice that is advertised as good for your liver is actually worth your time. Some only make you feel better for a short time. Some have very mild effects. And some can even put more stress on your liver if you use them the wrong way. So let's start with the least effective options first. Number 8, cinnamon and clove. Cinnamon and clove show up in a lot of liver detox recipes online. You have probably seen people recommend cinnamon tea before bed or boiling cinnamon with cloves to clean out the body. And yes, both of them do have some benefits. Cinnamon contains cinnamaldehyde, while clove contains eugenol. Both are antioxidants that may help reduce some oxidative stress in the body. Some studies also suggest that cinnamon may help stabilize blood sugar, reduce sugar cravings, and improve insulin control. That can indirectly help the liver because excess sugar is one of the biggest causes of fatty liver. But here is what matters. Cinnamon and clove are not very strong when it comes to activating the liver's detox enzymes. They help support the liver more than they actually change it. In simple terms, they are like polishing the outside of a car while the engine is still full of sludge inside. And there is something else most people do not know. The most common type of cinnamon sold in grocery stores is cassia cinnamon. This type contains coumarin, a compound that may put extra stress on the liver if you use too much of it over time. In other words, the thing you think is helping your liver may sometimes be making it work harder. If you like cinnamon, Ceylon cinnamon is a better choice because it is milder and contains much less coumarin. You can use about half to 1 teaspoon of Ceylon cinnamon with 1 or 2 whole cloves as a tea after meals. It may help you feel warmer, reduce sugar cravings, and support digestion a little. Number 7, cayenne pepper. A lot of people believe that all they need to do is mix a little cayenne pepper into warm water in the morning and it will burn away toxins and make their liver healthier fast. It sounds convincing. You drink it, your body feels warmer, your heart beats a little faster, and your stomach feels hot. So many people assume their liver must be working harder too, but feeling hot does not mean your liver is getting cleaned out. Cayenne pepper contains capsaicin, the compound that gives it its spicy kick and helps increase blood circulation. It may help your body produce more heat, support digestion, and slightly increase bile flow. That can help to a certain degree. When bile flows better, your body digests fat more easily and your liver becomes less congested. Some studies also suggest that capsaicin may help reduce mild inflammation and improve metabolism. So, if you use cayenne in your meals, it may offer some small benefits for your liver and body weight, but the problem is that those benefits are fairly limited. Capsaicin does not strongly increase glutathione, it does not clearly help repair liver cells, and it is not powerful enough to reduce liver fat the way many videos online claim. In simple terms, cayenne is like opening a window to let fresh air into a room, but the dust is still sitting on the floor. And for people over 60, cayenne comes with another risk. Many older adults deal with acid reflux, stomach pain, ulcers, or sensitive digestion. Drinking cayenne on an empty stomach may cause throat burning, stomach pain, nausea, or diarrhea. That only makes your body more uncomfortable, and now your liver has to deal with extra inflammation you just created. If you like cayenne, the safest way to use it is in small amounts with food, about 1/4 teaspoon per meal. Do not drink it with hot water on an empty stomach. It may help you feel warmer and improve your appetite a little, but if you are looking for something that can truly help your liver burn fat and detox more effectively, the next options are much more worth your attention. Number 6, rosemary and lemon peel. This is where we start getting into options that have a more noticeable effect on the liver. Not only can rosemary and lemon peel help you feel better after meals, they also begin to target the real mechanisms involved in reducing inflammation and helping the liver process fat more efficiently. Rosemary contains carnosic acid and rosmarinic acid, two powerful antioxidants that may help protect liver cells from damage caused by oxidative stress. That matters a lot, because when the liver has been overloaded for years, it is not just toxins that build up. Liver cells also become inflamed and damaged by free radicals. That is why so many people with fatty liver also feel tired all the time, heavy around the stomach, and struggle to lose weight. Rosemary may help slow that process down. Some studies suggest that rosemary may improve the activity of antioxidant enzymes in the liver after a few weeks of regular use. But the more interesting part is the lemon peel, not the lemon juice, the yellow outer peel. Lemon peel contains limonene, a natural compound that may help the liver activate enzymes involved in processing fat and toxins. That is why so many people drink lemon water every day and still do not notice much of a difference. They are throwing away the strongest part. Most of the limonene is in the peel, not in the juice. When rosemary and lemon peel are used together, they create a fairly good combination for people who often feel bloated, heavy in the upper stomach area, or uncomfortable after eating fatty foods. Still, the effects of this combination are moderate. You need to use it consistently for a few weeks before you notice a real difference. And there is one more thing to keep in mind. Using too much rosemary may affect blood pressure medications or blood thinners in some older adults. If you want to try it, use about 1 tablespoon of fresh or dried rosemary with the peel of half a lemon and steep it in hot water for about 10 to 15 minutes. Drinking it after meals will feel much better than drinking it on an empty stomach. It may help your stomach feel lighter, reduce bloating, and give your liver a little extra support. Number 5. Beetroot and ginger. This is one of the most overlooked combinations, but it can be especially helpful for people with a larger belly, frequent bloating, and a heavy feeling after meals. A lot of people assume that a bigger stomach after age 60 is just part of a slower metabolism. But that is not always true. In many cases, a larger belly is a sign that the liver is holding on to too much fat, the body is retaining more water, and the digestive system is no longer processing food as efficiently as it used to. That is where beetroot and ginger come in. Beetroot contains betalains, the natural red-purple pigments that may help the liver process toxins and reduce oxidative stress in liver cells. Betalains may also help improve bile flow, which is especially important if you often deal with bloating, poor digestion, or a heavy feeling in your upper stomach after fried foods, red meat, or greasy meals. Some studies suggest that beet juice may help reduce inflammation and improve liver function in people at risk for fatty liver disease. But beetroot alone is not enough. That is why ginger is the second part of this combination. Ginger helps stimulate digestion, reduce bloating, and move food through the stomach more quickly. If you have ever eaten a meal and felt like the food just sat there for hours, leaving you heavy and uncomfortable, that is usually a sign that digestion and bile flow are slowing down. Ginger may help improve that fairly quickly. That is also why many people start feeling lighter after just a few days of drinking ginger tea or adding ginger to meals. In simple terms, beetroot helps the liver handle what is building up. Ginger helps the body move it out more easily. If you want to try it, use half of a small beet, either steamed or juiced, with a few slices of fresh ginger. You can drink it in the morning or early afternoon, especially after days when you have eaten a lot of greasy food. However, if you have a history of oxalate kidney stones or take blood thinners, use it in moderation and talk to your doctor first. This is not the strongest option on the list, but for people who constantly deal with a larger lower belly, poor digestion, and a heavy feeling that never seems to go away, it may be a very good place to start. Number 4, milk thistle and dandelion root. From this point on, we start getting into options that do not just help the liver work more easily, but may actually help it recover and rebuild over time. And milk thistle is one of the few herbs that can do that. Milk thistle contains silymarin, a compound that has been studied extensively for its ability to protect liver cells. What makes silymarin special is that it does more than reduce inflammation. It may also help stabilize liver cell membranes, reduce damage from toxins, and support liver cells in making new proteins so they can repair themselves. In simple terms, it does not just protect the liver. It helps the liver rebuild the parts that have been worn down over the years. That is why milk thistle is often used for people with elevated liver enzymes, fatty liver, or a long history of medication use. Some studies suggest that after about 6 to 8 weeks of regular use, many people may see noticeable improvements in their liver numbers. But milk thistle works best when it is combined with dandelion root. If milk thistle helps repair the liver, dandelion root helps the liver unload some of the burden. Dandelion root may stimulate the liver to produce more bile. That matters because bile is one of the main ways your body removes excess fat and toxins. When bile flow slows down, everything stays in the body longer. You feel heavier after meals. You get more nauseous after greasy foods. You feel slower and more tired throughout the day. That is where dandelion root may help. Many people notice that after just a few days of drinking dandelion tea, their stomach feels lighter, bowel movements become easier, and the heavy feeling in the upper abdomen starts to fade. If you want to try it, use a standardized milk thistle supplement that contains silymarin along with dandelion root tea after lunch or dinner. This is not the kind of remedy that makes you feel different overnight. But if you stay consistent for a few weeks, it may create a very noticeable difference in your energy, bloating, and even your liver markers. However, if you take diabetes medication, blood thinners, or have a history of bile duct blockage, talk to your doctor before using it regularly. Because the higher we go on this list, the stronger the effects become, but the more important it is to use them the right way. Number 3. Cardamom, fennel, and ginger. This is one of the most overlooked combinations because many people think it is only good for digestion. But in reality, one of the biggest reasons the liver slows down after age 60 is not because it stops working. It is because the liver does its job, but the waste does not leave the body fast enough. The liver packages toxins, excess fat, and waste products into bile. Then that bile has to move down into the intestines so the body can get rid of it. If bile flow slows down, everything gets backed up. That is why so many people always feel bloated, struggle to digest even small meals, feel mildly nauseous after eating, or notice a heavy feeling in the upper right side of the stomach. That is not just a digestion problem. It may be a sign that your liver and bile flow are slowing down, and that is where cardamom, fennel, and ginger can be very helpful. Fennel helps relax the muscles around the digestive tract and may help bile move more easily. That is why many people notice less bloating and a flatter stomach very quickly after drinking fennel tea. Ginger helps stimulate digestion, improve stomach movement, and reduce that heavy feeling after meals. But cardamom is the most interesting part. This small spice contains antioxidant compounds that may help the liver reduce inflammation and increase glutathione, one of the most important substances the liver uses to process toxins. Some studies suggest that cardamom may help improve oxidative stress and support liver function in people at risk for metabolic problems. In simple terms, this trio does not directly burn liver fat the way turmeric does, but it helps clear the path so your liver can work more efficiently. If the liver is like a waste processing plant, then cardamom, fennel, and ginger are like unclogging the drainage pipes. You can use a small piece of fresh ginger, half a teaspoon of fennel seeds, and 2 to 3 crushed cardamom pods. Then steep them in hot water for about 10 minutes. Drink it after your largest meal of the day. Many people start feeling lighter and less bloated within just 2 or 3 days. Number 2, cilantro, parsley, and lemon. If your goal is to help your liver deal with everything that has been building up over the years, this is one of the strongest options on the list. It may be especially helpful if you often feel foggy, wake up with puffy eyes, notice dull-looking skin, or always feel like your body is holding on to something. Cilantro and parsley are not just herbs used to decorate food. They contain compounds that may help the liver process heavy metals and long-term waste buildup more effectively. Cilantro contains natural compounds that may bind to metals like lead, mercury, and aluminum, so the body can remove them more easily. That is why many people who use cilantro regularly for a few weeks start noticing clearer thinking, less heaviness in the head, and less morning fatigue. Parsley is rich in apigenin, an antioxidant that may support the liver's detox enzymes. In simple terms, cilantro helps collect what the liver needs to remove. Parsley helps the liver process it more efficiently. And when you add fresh lemon juice, this combination becomes even stronger. Lemon helps stimulate bile flow, supports fat digestion, and provides vitamin C, which is important for rebuilding glutathione, the liver's most important antioxidant. That is why so many people notice brighter skin, less puffiness in the face, smaller under-eye bags, and a lighter feeling in the body after using it consistently for a few weeks. But there is one thing you need to know. This mixture only works well when it is fresh. You cannot make a large batch and leave it in the refrigerator for 2 or 3 days. The active compounds in cilantro and parsley start breaking down soon after they are chopped or blended. If you want to try it, use 1 handful of cilantro, half a handful of parsley, and the juice of half a lemon blended with cold water. Drink it right away. It is not the most delicious drink. Some people even think cilantro tastes like soap. But if you can tolerate the flavor, this is one of the strongest natural combinations for taking pressure off the liver. Number 1. Turmeric, black pepper, and coconut oil. This is the strongest formula on this entire list, and the interesting thing is that almost everyone has heard of turmeric, but most people use it the wrong way. They mix turmeric with hot water, they sprinkle a little into food, or they take turmeric capsules and assume that is enough. But if you have been using turmeric that way and have not noticed any difference, it is not because turmeric does not work. It is because your liver is not actually getting much of the curcumin inside it. Curcumin is the most important active compound in turmeric. It may help reduce inflammation, lower fat buildup in the liver, and support the enzymes involved in detoxing. Some studies suggest that curcumin may help lower liver enzymes, reduce liver fat, and improve fatty liver after a few weeks of consistent use. But there is one major problem. Curcumin is absorbed very poorly. If you only drink turmeric with water, most of the curcumin passes right through your body before it ever reaches the liver. That is why black pepper matters so much. Black pepper contains piperine, a compound that may help your body absorb curcumin much more effectively. And when you add coconut oil, curcumin becomes even easier to pass through the intestinal wall and into the bloodstream. In simple terms, turmeric is the key. But black pepper and coconut oil are what open the door. That is why so many people take turmeric for years without noticing a difference, while others use the right formula for just a few weeks and start feeling lighter, less bloated, and more energized. If you want to try it, the formula is very simple. 1 teaspoon of turmeric, 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper, 1 teaspoon of coconut oil. Mix it with warm water and drink it after a few bites of breakfast. Do not drink it on an empty stomach, and do not skip the black pepper. Without piperine, you lose most of the benefits of curcumin. Within the first few days, many people notice a lighter stomach and clearer thinking. After a few weeks, they often notice a smaller waistline, steadier energy, and a body that no longer feels as heavy as before. Your liver does not need another expensive detox pill. Your liver needs the right ingredients to start working better again. A lot of people think a bigger stomach, lower energy, slower weight loss, and more brain fog are just a normal part of aging. But they are not. Very often, they are simply signs that your liver has been overloaded for years from sugar, cooking oils, medications, fried foods, and processed meals. The good news is that your liver can recover much better than most people realize. You just have to start giving it what it needs. If you do not know where to start, start simple. Every morning, after a few bites of breakfast, try the turmeric, black pepper, and coconut oil formula for 30 days. You do not need to do everything at once. You do not need to buy dozens of supplements. You just need one small change that you stay consistent with. Within a few days, you may notice that your stomach feels lighter. Within a week, you may feel less bloated and digest food more easily. And after a month, you may feel like you are getting back some of the energy you lost years ago. Try this. Before you start, write down your weight, your waist size, your energy level, and how you feel after meals. Then come back after 30 days and compare what has changed. You may surprise yourself. If you decide to start this 30-day challenge, write 30 days for my liver in the comments. I truly want to know who comes back in a month and says, my body feels so much lighter now. And if you enjoy simple, easy-to-understand health content made for people over 60, do not forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next video.